My life seemed ordinary. I was a simple man, going to work every morning, coming home every evening, and giving my world to my wife and kids. I believed that everything I did, every drop of sweat, every sacrifice, was for them. I trusted my wife blindly, never once imagining that the person I loved most would be the one to betray me. For years, I raised 2 children as my own. Their laughter, their innocence, their little moments of joy, I thought they carried my blood, my soul, my legacy. But slowly, doubts began to creep into my mind. Sometimes their faces didn't resemble me, sometimes my wife's tone carried a hidden edge, and sometimes the puzzle pieces just didn't fit. Still, I told myself it was all in my head. Then one day, fate ripped away the blindfold I had been wearing. A close friend of mine worked at a hospital, and during a routine checkup, he ran some tests on the kids. When I held those reports in my hand, my body went cold. The truth was brutal. Biologically, I had no connection to either of them. The children I had poured my heart into were not mine. I stormed home, trembling with rage and heartbreak. I confronted my wife. At first, she denied it, but when I laid the reports in front of her, she broke down. Tears rolled down her face as she confessed what I could barely process: she had been seeing another man for years. The children were his. Her words felt like a dagger in my chest. I stood there, shaking, as she begged for forgiveness. But I looked at her and said only one thing: I gave you my trust, my loyalty, my entire life. And you destroyed it all, for moments of pleasure. The children were innocent, none of this was their fault. But my heart couldn't carry that weight anymore. I walked away, from her, from the lies, from the life I thought was mine. I filed for divorce and left it all behind. That day, I learned the hardest lesson of all: betrayal doesn't come from strangers. It comes from those closest to your heart. And when the truth finally comes out, you have only 2 choices: let it break you completely, or rise and rebuild yourself. I chose to rise.